Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be doing something a little different than normal. Instead of just looking at the straight up cars, I actually wanted to try and get some interviews with people about their car, what they've done to it, and kind of why they enjoy the car so much. It's something like I've always wanted to do, a more one-on-one sort of video with the people and just see what I can find out there and really get an understanding of why they love them so much. So we're gonna go around the show and see who we can find that's willing to do interviews with us and kind of just see what happens.
My name's Steve. My 2013 RS5 4.2.
Keep going.
I did a little bit of a tune on it. Lowered the car, did a bunch of ground effects things on it. I've done an APR tune. I'm running close to 500, I would say. Do a lot of mountain runs and things. That's what I got the car for. You know, when I first saw the car, big V8, the way it sounded, knew I had to have one. So.
What do you love most about it?
The sound, the
sound?
feel. Yeah. Put it in sport mode, the gear down, the burps of the throttle, just this sound. Like I said, the newer generation just doesn't have it for me. It's got the twin turbo V8. I'm sure it's V6. I'm sure it's faster, but just doesn't get the soul.
Just can't go wrong with the V8, man.
Yeah. Basic voice.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Great.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, man.
Cool.
Hey, my name's David Newfield. This is my 91 Porsche 911 Turbo. Had the car for 23 years. In that 23 years, it's been through 8 or 10 different stages of modifications. Right now, it's around 800 horsepower, running a full Motec twin turbo.
Holy crap.
Been weight cut, it's about 2,800 pounds.
Wow.
And out of the 40 air-cooled Porsches I've owned, this is probably my favorite car that I've kept the longest.
Why is it your favorite?
It's the last of the real air-cooled cars. The next generation, the 993s, they kind of dumb the car down, electronic fuel injection for their twin turbos, and they took some of the feel away from the car. So the 964 base car was just one of the, in my opinion, the best air-cooled car that Porsche made. So this is a custom OLCD gauge that I used to build probably 10 years ago.
Awesome, man. I really appreciate you doing this with me.
Hey everybody, what's up? My name is Scott. I'm here at Caffeine and Octane, enjoying the show, and I brought out my 2011 Ferrari Italia 458. So maybe we can do a walk around and we'll talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
What you notice right away about this is the color. A lot of Ferraris are red, but this one's kind of special. Rosso Mugello. You want to look that up? Rosso Mugello is the color. As I understand it, back in the early days of Ferrari, this was the general color Ferraris were. So that's kind of news to me, but it's kind of cool, but unique about it. 458 being a 2011, that was a big year. Things kind of changed. Went into double clutch transmission, got the V8s, and but to this day, 13 years later, it's the most reliable vehicle I've ever had, to be honest with you.
Really?
So it's pretty cool. Let's walk around a little bit. Nothing super special. A lot of cars that come out after it look a lot like it, but this is the real DNA right here.
Yeah.
I do use it, no apologies. So catch me at the grocery store, catch me at the mall. Any car guy, I got my stuff in here. Yeah. Cleaning products are always good to go. No fancy features. We got LED lights, but this is generation 1 of the technology at the time. Now it's very common in vehicles. Many of the Ferraris, there's no tail and those things. Generally, it's a streamlined design. But you see that C8s and other cars these days. Very simple, all the usual features. drive it. These are not the standard floor mats. Standard floor mats are the Alcantara. I can't even put my feet on them, to be honest with you, so you never see them. They're just for show purposes. They would have more the traditional floor look, but those are WeatherTech, so we want to protect that floor day in and day out. Absolutely. Whoever spec'd this car once upon a time matched this very nicely. The only thing I can't tell you is the smell of the car. It has that nice Italian purse, you know, very classy smell to it. So,
oh yeah, I love that color. That nice, like almost tannish brown. It's like it contrasts so well to the.
I think they call it Curio or something like that.
Yeah,
but,
that looks really good in there.
Yeah, it's very straightforward, but it's something you can work with every day. Coming around here, look at the back of the car. This is unmistakable. Got the two eyeballs back here. Everyone knows what's coming around the corner, or what they're following. Prancing horse, of course, but everything else straightforward. I'm gonna pop this open.
Yeah.
So the grand poobah of the presentation is the engine bay. Always fun to look back down here. Once again, I do drive it, so it's a bad hair day, but no problem at all. It's still plenty to enjoy.
Yeah.
Not an engine guy, but a flat plane V8 has an unmistakable sound. Kind of getting that F1 style of nomenclature you hear coming down the street. So always a pleasure to enjoy. But that's the vehicle, and 17,000 miles, no regrets.
Nice, man. Well, I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Hey, my name is Umair. This is my 22 NSX Type S, 350 in the world. I got one of the last 15. Wait list for 18 months. It means a lot to me because the weight makes it more fun. You appreciate the car more, but it's kind of trouble-free and it'll get.
You taking this anywhere like a track or anything?
Not really. I took it to Panama City and back, so I've only had it 6 months, so it's not been that long. I'm still learning it.
How dailyable is it? Like
you can drive it every single day.
Really?
It's so comfortable. It's probably one of my most comfortable cars. It's got different personalities with the suspension.
Oh yeah.
It's super supple or super stiff. So
yeah. So it's got the best of both worlds. You're not stuck with just one type.
Yep.
What do you have any plans on modifying?
Kind of just enjoy it as I get bored with it, change something on it, you know. So kind of do that.
Awesome. Well, sweet man, I really appreciate you.
Hi, my name is Jonathan. This is my 2020 Evora GT. This is actually my daily. I got it new 2.5 years ago, and I had like 1,000 miles on it, and now it has 66,000 miles. I already need a new clutch.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I bought it because it's like the most reliable car ever, for an exotic that is. And I even added lights because I do a lot of mountain runs at night. So you're gonna see me in almost every event, almost.
Awesome.
So that's it.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you.
My name is Clyde Romero. I'm 73 years old. I've owned Ferrari since 1986. This is a 2003 575. It's got 67,000 miles on it. I drive all my Ferraris. The reason why I own Ferraris is because they're one of the few cars that are 12 cylinders, and they're extremely reliable, and they're great automobiles. And I'm a driver, not a washer and a waxer. That's as clean as you're ever going to see this car.
Heck yeah, man.
Hi, my name is Adnan. I've owned this car for about 10 or 11 years. It's a 2008 Honda S2000. It was a barnyard find. I found it for 1,600 with 1,600 miles on it. It was my dream car, so I immediately put on a supercharger, upgraded differential, and just been enjoying it. It's been problem-free for more than 10 years now. About 10 years.
Even with the boost?
Even with the boost, I track
That's awesome.
I'll drive it to Toronto. I drive it to Key West.
Yeah.
I usually take one big trip a year.
Awesome, man. I appreciate you.
How you guys doing? My name is Brad Him. I work over here at Magnum Collision Center. What we're going to be looking at today is a 2012 Aston Martin Vantage. The color scheme for this car is factory. It's one of 300 that have this color. It's also a 6-liter V12. So let's go up underneath the hood. It's naturally aspirated. Wow. It's got plenty of power, plenty of torque, everything that you need for any kind of
tracking, any kind of just daily driving. The good thing about this car is it sticks to the road. It feels great. It does not feel as if it wants to kick out on you. All the interior is custom. So if you look, we have the red suede added. The gray leather is all from factory. When it comes down to having a classy look and a good feel, Aston Martin definitely handled this one for sure. This is the last year that Ford owned Aston Martin and sold it off. So, for example, if you pan over here to this Mustang and you see the window line.
Oh, it's identical.
It's identical to the window line on the Aston. Same thing with the front end on the Ford Fusion. Everything about this car just screams class. It screams happiness. And when you're on the road with this thing, you just feel as if you're a king. We're gonna pan over to one of 250, the Shelby F-150 Super Snitch. From factory, it comes 755 horsepower. It's got the 5.2 liter V8 motor with the 3.7 Whipple. We have flashed the CPU and tuned it. It's now making 800 to the crank, 780 to the wheel. Wow. The hood is all carbon fiber.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's very, very light.
Yeah.
It literally weighs nothing. Now, if you want a vehicle that is practical, but also really quick, and a beach goer, this is the one to do it with. It is quite the amazing truck. You have drop-down step sides. It's got heated and cooled seats. Everything about this truck is amazing. This is number 40 out of 250.
Awesome.
Now, if we come to the back, we have a fully carpeted bed. All of it is removable. Honestly, I don't know why Shelby decided they wanted to do a full carpeted bed, but hey, that's not my decision.
Yeah.
Everything on this truck comes factory. The supercharger, that's from factory. The lift kit, the spot suspension, comes factory. Everything that you see right now is all factory. As far as other vehicles that compare to this thing, a Z01 has trouble keeping up with it.
Oh, really?
And a Hellcat has trouble keeping up with it.
That's insane.
The lowered version of this truck is a little bit faster. It's more track spec, where this one is nothing but Baja destroy. So I think that's it for the cars that we have today.
Yeah.
So you guys have a good one, and catch you again next time.
My name's Steve. It's my 71 Charger, 440 Magnum. Kind of labor of love. Had it since 2008. It was a $1,000 rusty pile of crap when I bought it.
Yeah.
Gone through a total restoration. It's pretty much my own creation. It was an original purple car, but that's an 07 color. Wanted something a little different. It's kind of my own personal choice, my own personal taste. Like I said, I drive it everywhere. I don't trailer it. I get in, put full of gas and go. Just one of many. I got a whole bunch of cars, and that's just one of the ones I decided to bring up here.
Heck yeah. Why not show it off? You put a lot of effort into bringing it back to life, you know?
Right.
But, well, hey, man, I absolutely appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
All right, so I'm Joe. This is my 2004 Mazda RX-8. I bought it new. It's one of the first couple months production. Modifications, there's very little that's stock with this car, even though it looks stock still. It's a mismatched Series 1, Series 2 engine, Series 2 transmission, suspension work. I own it still because it's an amazing car to drive. I've only driven one other car I liked more than this car in my life. That was the Porsche Cayman, and that's a different price range. So this is a track toy for me, and so it's one of the things I've watched people take expensive cars to tracks before, and you go and you wreck that, and it's not as much fun. And this car, I feel a lot easier driving hard, and it's
not as financially stressed.
It sucks, but you know, you're not out a ton of money.
Yeah. What have you done to look past the controversial kind of reliability? Nothing.
The reliability sucks. Well, for this car, the first couple years they did a terrible job with oiling, and so I'm on my 4th engine in this car.
Oh wow!
So I just got a new one installed last week. So
you just won't give up though.
This, as I said, is one of the most fun cars I've ever driven. So.
And as long as you have another car, right? The daily.
Yeah,
right?
I got 6 other cars. So
there you go. Yeah, so that's no worries. Awesome, man.
What's up, Matt Roberts? This is my 1996 R33. As of right now, I've had it for about close to a year. It is mostly stock except for the exhaust, which is an HKS front-facing intercooler. I am taking it to Dylan over at Countersteer, and he's going to be doing a Garrett 3076 turbo. He's going to be doing a front-facing intake manifold with fuel rails, injectors, and putting a full Haltech system in it starting tomorrow. So that will be awesome when I get it back in a couple of weeks. And I decided to get this car because when I was younger, midnight clubs, Need for Speeds.
Heck yeah.
I mean, that was the only reason that I actually loved all of these cars. So I got this car because it's a childhood dream, and also because the value is just growing in them. So, and they're beautiful cars.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I appreciate you taking the time to interview with me. All right, so there was one more person that I got to interview but could not include because his voice was covered by a lot of music near us. So go check him out on YouTube and on Instagram, _BoostedMari. He owns a big turbo 335i that I think you guys will love. So yeah, definitely go check him out. Huge thank you to everybody that participated and allowed me to interview them at the show. I definitely want to do this again. Had a lot of fun. But with all that being said, here's the last part of the video. All right, this is gonna be a good spot to kind of end it off at with 2 M4 GTSs right here. I hope you guys enjoyed. We found a lot of really interesting people and interesting cars. Very nice, you know, home built style all the way up to exotic. Really impressed with, like, really happy with the amount of people that were so willing to actually talk to me and let me do this with them. Very excited to see how this video turns out when I edit it, and hope you guys enjoy it, and stay tuned for the next one. I want to try and do this more often. So I'll see you guys in the next one.